Now, I've been reviewing the TaylorMade P790 since 2017, moving into now the 5th generation of this particular iron, and I've seen it grow when it comes to looks, feel and performance. TaylorMade created their own category, which is now known as the Player's Distance Iron, and they've created this iron which I think now is their best looking, but also covers a bigger audience of golfers. Let's take a closer look. Now, first impressions and shelf appeal. Wow, this club is absolutely stunning. I think this is the best looking P790 that has ever been created for a number of reasons. Not only does it look like a blade, but it really is not a blade. It doesn't play like a blade. It's designed to help golfers, basically hit the ball just a little bit further with plenty of control. Now, when I first set up this club behind the ball, I had to take a double look because I actually thought I was looking at the P770, not the P790, and the reason for that is because this club looks absolutely stunning behind the ball. It's got a much thinner top line, the offset doesn't look as extreme as, let's say, previous models, and that leading edge, well, it just looks a little bit more refined, which is going to help with that turf interaction. Wow, that actually felt really quite explosive off the face. And in previous models, I've felt that this club has felt almost like a little bit flexy. You got to remember, it's a hollow body construction golf club. It's going to have a little bit of flex in it. However, they've refined that and they've focused on that, and they've got more of a kind of solid feel off the club face, which gives players like me, for sure, more confidence that I'm going to have control over the golf ball. And we've got a speed foam that's gone into the inside of this club, which is going to give it, again, a little bit better feel, and acoustic wise, that sensation that I'm hitting a more solid shot. Now, when you look at the neck of this club, you're going to see the word forged, and that relates to the forged face on this particular model, which is 20% stronger, allowing them to make this face a little bit thinner, which allows us to get a little bit more ball speed than previous models, and is 24% bigger with that sweet spot, again making it a little bit more consistent than previous generations. And if I look at the numbers and compare 7-iron in this particular range compared to, let's say, the previous model, I'm seeing a little bit of a higher launch off the club face, spinning about the same, and then yardage wise pretty much the same again. However, from a control point of view, and this is really important when it comes to these particular irons, I'm seeing a massive spin control increase. I'm seeing around 200 revs difference between shot to shot, whereas in the previous model that could move up to anything to 1,000 revs difference between one shot to another shot, and that's going to make a massive impact when it comes to hitting more greens and scoring just a little bit lower. So there's two other clubs that I want to mention when it comes to the P790 set. First up is the 4-iron. Now, the 4-irons in the past have got maybe just a little bit too big in their profile, and they've got a little bit offset, which for someone like me means that I would kind of shy away from it. However, this particular 4-iron now is looking really refined down by the ball. I've got that nice thin top line that we've seen throughout the set, but also I'm seeing that offset being nice and subtle, should we say, which is going to allow me to have the confidence to put it straight into my golf bag and hit more targets from 200 yards away. And the pitching wedge. Why do I like the pitching wedge? Because again, I would shy away from putting a pitching wedge like this in my bag because they can get a little bit big and a bit clumpy, which I want feel and control around the greens. I'm seeing it with this particular club. This is now focusing on a little bit more of a refined shape. We're getting a little bit more roundedness in it, which is going to blend lovely when I move into my specialist wedges. Well, I think you can see from that video that I have really enjoyed hitting these TaylorMade P790 irons, and even though I've talked a little bit about what I like with these irons and how they could work nicely for my game, you've got to remember, don't be put off by the looks and the fact that these clubs are forgiving clubs. They may look like a blade, but they perform really well for, well, many golfers out there. So go and have a conversation with your foremost professional team, book yourself in for a fitting and see if these P790s can work for your game this season.